We are our place. No, we're not.
I've been out there wandering.
Oh, Jungle Band. We are Journals Out Loud. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, with a team of percussionists slash teen panelists. We've got Josh, we've got Mozart, we've got Kenneth, we've got Mickey, and of course in the booth we have Aaron and Justin and Matt and Andrew and Trish, Justin. Can't say Justin often enough. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, here with a panel of teens. We have no guest star tonight, and which gives us time to really delve into why Mickey is coughing and other important questions.
I apologize sincerely.
Does anyone have any exciting news to report? I was thinking that we could open the show this week by learning a little bit about the panelists. Like meet the panelists. Because Josh, you're a really busy guy who's very involved in pursuing your career goals. Can you talk a little bit about that for a moment?
Yeah, so I'm kind of, well, wouldn't say all over the place, but I do a lot of things that kind of come together in unique ways.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm in foster youth and on previous shows, and I am part of several nonprofits, and the biggest one that I'm part of is CYC, and I'm the chair of that for Los Angeles County, and it's for foster youth, and we advocate for legislation and policy changes throughout the state. And then I'm part of Hope Generations, which is like art, more of an art and inspiring life through adults and youth coming together for experiences. And through that nonprofit is how I'm developing my career. And right now I'm in process of developing my first ever like release of any kind of material. And it's interesting because I'm right now faced with like this huge choice between two huge producers, and I have no idea what to do. And it's like,
that's an awesome problem.
it is an awesome problem. No, it's an awesome problem, but it's like, do I want Britney or do I want Alpha Male? It's like, I don't know which one. Like, what sound am I going for? Like, I don't know yet.
That's like when Justin Bieber had to decide between Justin Timberlake and
Usher.
Yeah.
You chose Usher?
He chose Usher, yeah.
What?
So yeah, I mean, I'm in an interesting spot right now in my career, and my music's supposed to be out the June 8th. So
I think you should just go with Usher.
I didn't. Usher's not a choice, but
well, let's make it a choice. Usher, honestly.
Listen, Usher.
Please.
No,
Don't be coy.
I already look like
Gotta go
Justin.
Justin.
So.
Oh, Timberlake, yeah, I'm team Timberlake for
Justin's
sure. But
amazing.
like for Josh and his sound, like how would you describe your sound?
Right now it's definitely pop. It's not like commercially, but it's more R&B kind of really feels.
Yeah, that'd be
So,
Justin.
Yeah.
Feeling
Justin, yeah.
Justin.
All right.
Justin.
All right.
I'll give him a
we'll
call.
put more options on the table to further confuse you. Now,
Okay.
Mickey, you're more into the cosplay, and
Yes.
explain to those who don't know what is cosplay, and do it in a way that doesn't terrify the parents.
Wow. Okay. That was a weird way to start it. Cosplay is short for costume play, and I know that sounds weird. It kind of is, but it's not. It's a very, very creative outlet wherein like 3 or 7 different types of creativity are all joined together in one really awesome explosion of usually TV shows, movies, mostly anime, cartoons, nerd stuff. So you can do, let's say you wanted to cosplay Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. You could learn how to use prosthetics, SFX makeup. You can learn how to use leatherworking, sewing, how to make the wings, how to make, if you wanted to go the full dragon route, you can make a dragon costume. That's completely possible, and you could do it out of duct tape, out of cardboard, or you could do it out of metal and just be really cool. I mostly do people, but I also do fairies. Like if you have ever heard of princess parties, where those princesses come to your house as like Rapunzel or Cinderella for your kids' birthday parties, those are cosplayers mostly. And they also go to conventions as these princesses and do like gatherings where they all take pictures with each other. They all reenact scenes from the movies. Usually at conventions, you'll see there's a lot of Marvel going around right now. There's a lot of Harley Quinns because of the new Suicide Squad movie that's coming out. I mostly do anime, which I can't even think of an example that regular TV movie people would know. But there's a lot of colorful wigs. There's I have a Tinkerbell cosplay. That everyone knows that. So I made the wings. I designed and cut the wig. I do all of my own makeup, and I made the actual dress, which it isn't the stereotypical Tinkerbell in the movie. It's my own foresty designs. There are flowers, there are trinkets, because the original Tinkerbell was a collector. She fixed things. She was the fixer in Pixie Hollow, and so I added that to it. And basically, you can do whatever your dream
So
wants.
is it like, hey, wouldn't it be great if every day were Halloween? Okay, let's make that a thing.
Yeah, basically. During Halloween, cosplayers are like, whatever. We do this every day of our
It's
life.
just Tuesday.
Everyone's worrying, like, we got to make this really awesome. And cosplayers are like, I wonder what new creature I could be this year.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Well,
I was Tinkerbell for Halloween, so
I was
girl,
Elsa.
yes, dude.
All right,
I was
Mozart. Mozart, you have
That's
lots of
awesome.
dreams and pursuits, and you're a very adventurous child. Tell us about your career goals.
well, I've been going out on lots of auditions. I had two huge auditions yesterday that I'm really hoping will go somewhere, because if they do, they're insane opportunities and like fame potential, but But I've been working on my music. I've been putting out YouTube videos every week. And,
So you're just an actor, singer in Hollywood,
yeah, I'm an
daring to dream.
Yeah, and I've also been doing songwriting. I go to weekly songwriting classes. They're not really classes. It's like a master class where a hit songwriter, like yesterday I went to one, and the songwriter that came to critique our work wrote Thriller for Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, so
What's the name of this songwriter?
Michael Sherwood.
Michael Sherwood.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He was a big part of Thriller. And so I go to that every week, and that ended actually this week. But I do that every week. I prepare a song, and they critique it, and I go back and I work on it. And
That's really-
I've been so busy. I'm so tired.
You are super
That's
busy.
awesome.
And Kenneth, more about you.
Well,
What should we know?
junior year is the year that I'm in
You,
the schools of the high.
Are you
That
applying to
sounded-
college?
I shouldn't have put it in that order. High
Well,
school.
You're in high
And-
school,
But
you're
this
a high
is
school
LA,
junior.
so
Yeah,
like,
and I
Yeah.
started my first day in volunteering at the hospital,
Oh, that's
which was
really
really cool.
You don't need a headshot for that.
Actually, we do.
Oh,
What?
Which we put on a badge, which
Okay.
gets us free parking. So it's pretty great.
That's
And that was my first day yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. And it's like, it just feels like you're doing something important. And especially like your attitude matters a lot, because like here you are like transporting patients to their cars, or you're getting samples that other doctors need for some patients and stuff. And it's a lot of fun.
that's the one place. The hospital is the one place where it's like you can leave now, and people are like, "Excellent."
Yeah.
I just got kicked out of the hospital.
So that was a lot of fun. And because of our amazing Louise Planker over here, I was able to get a summer job as a camp counselor, which I'm extremely excited about, and I'm a lifeguard there.
You're going to be the best
So-
counselor.
Thank you.
All the
Thank
kids
you
are
so
going to
much.
love Kenneth. All right, let's dive into questions. The first one I love. Would you like to read it, Mickey? It's from Anonymous, who writes in often.
How do you get over feeling jealous that popular kids don't talk to you?
Wow. I mean, for
Josh?
me, like, I don't know, like, what, you're jealous that they don't talk to you, so are you jealous that they also, like, don't hang out with you? And I think that goes into it a little bit, and really there's no, like, if they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. Like, don't force someone who doesn't want to associate with you. That's a fake friendship.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you have friends, just be confident in that and know that you're among the right people right now.
Something about popularity is that it's honestly only in these years of school. Like after that, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I have a friend, and their dad is, like, the coolest person in the world. And I'm like, you're awesome. And she told me how he used to be the, like, loner kid. And I was like, I would have never guessed. And it's like, it just shows you how much that doesn't matter at all. And that stuff fades. So find people that you do care about talking to. And don't worry a lot less about popular kids. Because in all actuality, they mean nothing. Mozart.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say, because like some kids peak in high school. Like that's the high time of their life. And also, you don't need the popular kids' validation to be an amazing person, because if you're in high school, which you probably are, you're going to graduate in 4 years or less, and you're never going to see these people again. And they could go on to have like totally like crap lives. I hope not. But
come on. You hope they do.
no comment. But yeah, they peak in high school, and you don't need their validation.
It's hard to. What we're addressing the question is, how do I get over the feeling? So it's a feeling, and sometimes feelings are just what they are. But what we're trying to say to you is that look at that feeling as being kind of unauthentic in terms of what actually matters in life, because these are the celebrities sort of your high school. And it's sort of like, if you know a popular kid, it's sort of like your brush with celebrity within your own not your little world, but within your actual world, because that is your world. Those are the people you know. And like, knowing a celebrity isn't the thing that's going to make you awesome. The thing that's going to make you awesome is being awesome. Just be awesome. And you always know yourself. So there's that. And and look for people that have really interesting interests or something thoughtful to say. And those are often not the popular kids, because popular kids spend like 99% of their energy staying popular, because you can get bounced out of that crowd really quickly. Yeah. So it requires a ton of energy to stay in. And usually it's phony, false stuff. So, Mozart?
Yeah, find people who love you for who you are, because my friends are absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful to have them. And, you know, they might not be the most popular kids in their school, but they're amazing people, and I wouldn't want the popular kids to be my friends if they weren't going to be as good as the friends that I have.
Well said. Joshua, would you like to read the next question from Anonymous?
Yes, I will. I am homeschooled, but I really want to go to public school. My parents are very religious and don't want me to go to public school because of peer pressures, and I have a lot of responsibilities with the church every month, so they want my schedule to be flexible. If they ever find out I want to go back to that environment, they would go berserk. What can I do to make it seem like they have no choice but to send me back?
Why do you want to go to public school?
I agree with her, actually.
Me too.
Mozart.
And that's a first, Kenneth.
So what can I do to make it seem like they have no choice? I don't know about that, but maybe like have a conversation with them, because public school, in my opinion, is really important. It kind of like makes who you are. It like, you know, all the situations about, you know, popularity and bullying, sadly, like, it makes you stronger. And at the situation, you're like, no, like, this is awful. I want to get away from this. But you learn a lot from it. And the whole thing about peer pressure, it's like, you know, of course, and if you put yourself in some situations that were like you're surrounded by people that are all doing something, that's a different story. But people are not going to come up to you and force you, or they're not going to like in TV shows like stand in the hallways and be like
you want to do drugs.
Yeah, like that doesn't happen. So yeah, just talk to them, make them know that it's really important to interact with people to become a functioning human being. Mozart.
Thanks. My suggestion is talk to your parents about it, and what I think you should do is see if you can convince them to let you go to public school for 1 semester. That way you can see what it's actually like, because you might hate it. And if they fully commit to you being in public school and you hate it, you're going to want to go back to homeschooling like that. Because I know people who were homeschooled their whole lives. They went to public school like in 9th grade or 8th grade. They hated it. They wanted to leave after 1 semester, and they did. So that is what I strongly recommend. See if they'll let you go for 1 semester, and then you be the judge, and they'll also see what it does for you. Joshua.
Yeah, I agree with like what you said and what Ken said. Like both, I think you have to have a healthy balance between if you're in public school, then you have all of the extracurricular activities and all the friends and people that you can meet with. If you're homeschooled, you have to make sure to include that in the daily activities. Well, don't just keep the kid at home and don't just seclude them from that social time. And for me, this question is what can I do to make it seem like they have no choice but to send me back? It sounds like they've already been to public school since they said send me back. And frankly, like there is nothing you can really do except talk to them. And if you talk to them and they say no, then they say no. Like I don't really, if you act up, they're just going to keep you out of public school. So there's really not much you can do. And like, I mean, unless you like have too much Jesus, I mean, other than that, like that's, I mean, I don't know. There's not much you can do.
Too much Jesus.
I have been to. I'm getting my thoughts together. I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to end that early. I'm so sorry. Okay. I know a lot of homeschoolers, and all of them are successful and are doing very well in their lives right now. And they started college early, and they know what they're doing with their life. And honestly, I wish I had what you had. I wish I had been homeschooled, because me and the friends that I went to public school with, we have no idea what we're doing with our lives. My education was horrible in public school. And I think because you have this opportunity for this, that like a lot of kids in public school probably wish they had, like they wish they could learn the way that they wanted to learn. You should take advantage of it. It really sucks not to be in that social thing. Like I agree with Mozart. I think like if you really want to and they let you, go for a semester and see if you like it, because obviously if it's something you want, you should try it. But I really encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity you have. Mozart.
I'm homeschooled. Let me just say that. I'm homeschooled. I graduated 4 years early. I'm starting college right now. I've been in college since September. And homeschooling has pros and it has cons. Cons being you don't have as much of a social life. But pros being you have so much more freedom. And you get to finish school early and start your life. And yeah.
Well, I just want to
add that.
I want to add that kind of like the undercurrent that's sort of hiding right beneath the surface of this is that when kids are homeschooled for religious reasons, very oftentimes the case is that your parents don't want you around people who have different belief systems. They really want you to have this belief system, and they don't want you listening to any friend that might have a different religious background or be influencing you in any way. They're trying to raise you in a bubble. And so there's that, and you need to keep that into consideration when you are lobbying for your chance to go to school. You may want to say to them, I am so firm in my belief that no one can shake me from it. I just want to have friends and join activities, Just figure out what's your parents' agenda, what's their currency, what are they looking for, and play to that. And that's true of any negotiating that you're going to do in your life. But the part of your letter that says, what can I do to make them know that to make it seem like they have no chance, you can't trick your parents. Your parents are untrickable. So this is not the art of the deal or something. I mean, yes, you can negotiate wisely and you can understand that they have an agenda and how you can take that into consideration when you're lobbying for what you would like, but you can't think that I'm going to be able to say something to you that will help you trick your parents. That should not be what you're attempting to do. Mickey.
One thing that may be able to help your point when talking with your parents is that most public schools have religious clubs that you can go to with other kids who are also part of that religion. And if there isn't at the public school you go to, you can totally start one. People will come.
And if you have any thoughts on this or any other topic that we're discussing tonight, please give us a call at 888-531-7171. If you're watching us on YouTube, we would appreciate it if you would tap that subscribe button and or go into iTunes and give a review for this podcast. It helps other kids find the podcast and find the help that they need. And we're all about that. We want everybody to be a part of this community so that we can all better help each other. Bop your head to that. Mickey, would you please read the next question from Anonymous?
I'm kind of clueless when it comes to flirting. Lately, this girl has been going out of her way to talk to me. She started playfully trying to get my attention in class. She started massaging my back and poking my back. Then when I turned around, she laughs. I like her, but I don't want to approach her too soon after her breakup. She just broke up with her boyfriend. What should I do when she does that again?
Mozart?
Well, it sounds like you're in high school, and for the majority of like high school relationships, it's not like a huge ginormous deal when somebody breaks up with their boyfriend. Like, if you like her and she's flirting with you, like she's totally flirting with you.
Yeah, let's get that established. Yeah.
She's flirting with you, hands down. If you like her, approach her. Like, she's flirting with you. She's initiating this with you. So she can't be that, like, torn up about her breakup with her boyfriend if she's flirting with you. So I would say go for it. Flirt with her back.
Flirt back.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I definitely agree with what Mozart said. I think that you can't worry about what she's thinking, because obviously she's initiating the flirting. And if she's doing that, then she's in a place that she thinks that she's ready for another relationship, or at least ready to explore someone else. And like, don't stop yourself from doing it then. Mickey?
Two things. One, in high school, usually, like, I don't agree with you with it not a big deal thing, because usually for most kids it's like the biggest deal in the world when they break up with someone, when they get together with someone, anything. And then the second thing, I want, in case you don't know this, dear Anon, I want to introduce you rebounds. So in case this doesn't get serious, sometimes after someone breaks up with someone that they really, really liked, or they get broken up with, they send their emotions to someone else to make up for what they lost, and then they realize they never really liked them and then break away. So this might be what she's doing. She might be making up for what she lost. She might also totally like you. So if it doesn't work out, just, be understanding that this does happen.
I mean, he may be kind of holding back because he's sensitive to the guy who got broken up with.
Which is awesome.
So it'd be okay to just talk to the girl. Like, sometimes, like, everyone thinks that flirting is like a separate thing from talking. But, like, if you like someone and you're talking, you will be flirting. It will just come out of your pores. And it's just a natural thing that when you're talking to someone that you like that way, it is flirting. So talk to the girl, or make her laugh. She's making you laugh. Okay.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to directly be like, "Are you flirting with me? Are we gonna flirt with each other now? Is that what we're gonna do?"
Let me pencil this.
I sense flirting. Like, you can just be like, "Hey, would you want to go hang out sometime?" And then see how that is. Like, it doesn't have to go to immediately from like someone that massages your back to girlfriend. You guys can just like talk about it, maybe be friends, and then learn how that works out.
That you can establish before you climb to the next.
And sometimes that jumps over the friend zone. Not friend zone, the rebound. If you guys become friends first. It makes it more real.
There's that cushy period.
Life hack.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's true. Because usually if they go right into it, then they're like, "Oh, this is exactly what I wanted." Bye.
Exactly.
But if you get to know them, they're like, "Oh, you are exactly what I wanted."
You're like actually a person.
Wait a second.
Boom.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Knowledge just got dropped.
Whose turn is it to read? Kenneth. Could you read the one from I am in middle school?
Why, yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I am in middle school. Ever since I started wearing makeup and paying attention to the way I dress, people have been calling me perfect. Nobody said that before, so I don't understand why they're doing it now. Recently, 2 girls were literally having a debate on how perfect I am. Boys never liked me before, but now 4 guys have liked me in the past year. What does it mean to be called perfect, and does society only care about a girl's looks?
You should totally be doing ads for whatever makeup or clothing that you're wearing, because it turns an ordinary girl into perfection. Clearly. But this is a very interesting question. Mickey.
I personally really hate when people call each other perfect.
That answer is so perfect.
It's not, oh my God, okay. It's not at all realistic. When I was younger, I tried so hard to be perfect and to be on everyone's good side, to be the nice person and just perfect. And I was crushed when I realized that it is not possible. And so I really hate when people put that pressure on other people. And yes, girls are totally idealized when it comes to how their looks are. People will prefer you to look a single way. A lot of people in your life apparently prefer to see you a certain way, but that doesn't mean you're any less beautiful. It just means that that's how they're taught beauty is. So you can wear makeup and like sometimes for other people it doesn't get this reaction. I'm sorry that like this is pressuring you to kind of become what you're not.
It's probably a combination of like wearing the makeup and actually kind of growing up one more month to where you're like suddenly you look like a young lady and everyone's noticing you and you're trying to say, well, who am I? Am I perfect or am I a person? Or
exactly.
Is it okay to be a little bit imperfect one day? Kenneth.
Mozart.
Oh,
Mozart, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still gathering my thoughts.
When you say, does society only care about a girl's looks? Well, yes, kind of. And it's really screwed up. It's so screwed up how society views girls. And if you say that these guys never liked you when you didn't wear makeup and you didn't wear like really cute clothes, well, here's the thing. If they didn't like you then and they're noticing you now because of your makeup and your clothes, like, did you say that you're not any less beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mickey said, you're not any less beautiful than you were then. So, honestly, they don't deserve to know you now if they didn't want to know you then, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And about what you said about, like, the looks. Like, does society only care about a girl's looks? Okay, first of all, let's not make this, like, because that's the exact same thing with guys. Let's say a guy starts working out at the gym and then he gets really fit. He was exactly the same person, but people find him more attractive now. Like, I think we all subconsciously judge people by the way they look.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
So it's not just
yeah.
about girls and guys. It's just something that we automatically do, sadly. And for this question, it's just kind of a part of high school. Some people, who have been wearing braces and been called, like, have huge things over their heads to keep their teeth straight. What are those called? Those
halo?
cages? That's exactly what I meant.
Headpiece.
Headpiece, yeah. Headgear. Yeah, people who have had that finally have it off. And, like, people just start showing who they are. They choose choices of what they wear or what they want to put on as makeup. And that's just a part of growing up. So this must be really confusing, but it's just what happens. And sometimes you got to roll with what you got because you're not always going to be called perfect.
I feel
One
like there's
day,
like
it's gonna stop.
parallel parts of you that, there's your appearance and then there's your whole 360 authentic self. And once someone gets to know your whole 360 authentic self, like everything or a lot of what you do is considered adorable because they know you. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we can stop as human beings noticing attractiveness because we're kind of programmed that way, just like biologically. And so let's not get too mad at ourselves for looking at someone who's beautiful. But at the same time, who you are matters 99%. It's 99% of like your attractiveness is the you of you. Mickey?
It's how we're raised. It's everywhere in movies, especially. It's how people get their happy ending by usually looking pretty and being the most gorgeous person in the room. If they don't like you out of your makeup, then they don't deserve you in your makeup. Just wanted to say that.
Watch Shrek.
Yeah.
Boom. The first one.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just completely forgot what I was about to say.
Shrek does that to people.
Well, I just want to add that I don't think it's just how we're raised or the media that we're exposed to. I actually think there's a biological component to our instinct that makes us look at a beautiful face and think differently, assume that must be a really excellent person. And maybe one of the challenges that we face as a human race is to look beyond that and to compel ourselves to look beyond that, because you're going to meet some really incredible people that when you first saw them, you were thinking one thing. You may be judging them for something about their race, something about their height, anything. And once you get to know them, they're the most beautiful person. And so let's all challenge ourselves to look beyond what our instinct is compelling us to notice. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mic drop?
Yeah.
Oh,
Love people.
the phone is ringing.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, usually at this point I get a card that says, "Please don't announce that the phone is ringing." Just
Could be a troll. So
it's really very unbeautiful of you to distract like that. But I don't want to jump into the next question if we're going to be jumping onto a phone call, because we are at 888-531-7171, and you can call that phone number
Short music break.
and talk to.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do we have a phone? Oh, hello. Who's calling?
Hi, my name is Sarah. I actually have a question that my friend would like answered. Is
Wonderful.
it okay if I ask it the panelists?
Absolutely.
Sarah.
Ask away, Sarah.
This is my
Okay,
girlfriend.
so my boyfriend, the question was, my boyfriend has seen me change from braces and to just maturing over the age to this beautiful woman, and he's afraid that he's going to have competition now that I'm prettier than I was when we first started dating, and he doesn't want that, and he's actually scared that I will leave him for someone nicer looking. What should I do or say to reassure him that I wouldn't do that?
Panel, did you guys understand the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you turn down your computer, because we're hearing the delay?
Yeah, sorry.
Just turn down your computer.
Watching you
Yeah.
guys will listen to me.
Yeah, and turn down Tetris if you're playing that. Or any Mario.
It's just so loud, Tetris.
I know. It's
Oh,
such a loud,
it really gets me
such
every
a loud
time.
Russian song. So I understand the question. Panel, do you understand the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Any thoughts?
I'm honestly a little confused. I think he should be proud, like especially if in their perspective she's becoming so much more beautiful than she was with straight teeth. He should be proud to have such a wonderful woman on his arm. That sounds awesome. I think this is not something that the girlfriend has to work with. Like, she's going to be herself no matter what he has to say about it, hopefully. So he needs to deal with his own insecurities. She can help with that, but ultimately there's not a lot she can do when it comes to this. Like, he needs to just be more comfortable with himself so that he'll be able to be comfortable with her.
Yeah, it's an insecurity-based fear.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And, Kenneth.
I understand the other side of your question, because it's just something that us as people go through when we're in a relationship where we don't know, like, oh, we started at the same, now you're slightly higher than me and I'm down here. What do I do? Like, are you just gonna leave me now for someone that's the exact same? Like, I was dating someone and then got really fat and I was like, no, are you gonna leave me now? But then it evened out and things have been solved. So it's honestly, it's just something that we go through as just humans, just like biologically in our brains. But after a while, we get back to normal. Josh.
Yeah, like going off of Kenneth said, I just think in a relationship, it's just important that the two people know that they're there for each other. And if one or the other has doubts about the other person, like, know that's not about you. Know that is something that's coming from them, and that it's out of your control. Mozart?
I agree. I don't really have anything to add, honestly.
It's a pretty common.
Well played.
It's a pretty common, and it happens with adults as well. Like, if someone loses a lot of weight, as Kenneth was saying, that the other person's just like, oh no, now you're out of my league. And I mean, you can show him through your love and attention and support and devotion that nothing's changing. That's the best way to do it, is to just show him, because you can't be like this 55-year-old person with braces because your boyfriend was going to be like, you have to be who you're meant to be. Like, you're in a cocoon and you're becoming a butterfly, and that's just beautiful. And he's going to grow up too, and love is love, so you just have to kind of believe in it.
Yeah.
And whatever's supposed to be. And I want to thank you so much for calling in.
Bye.
It was a great question.
Yeah,
Talk to you later.
Hey, thank you so much for answering.
Okay,
Bye.
Mozart, can you read the question from Sarah Marshy?
I can.
Sure.
Okay. I like this guy, and we were both at a state FBLA conference a few days ago. There was a dance one night, and when a slow song came on, I asked him to dance, and he said okay. And when we danced, he kissed me a couple of times. But ever since then, he's been avoiding me. I could happen to be walking in the same direction as him because I have to get to a class, and he will turn around and walk the other direction. Should I talk to him and see if he likes me, or just let it go?
Mickey.
What an absolute butt. Honestly, what an absolute butt. I think you should just let it go. Because if he after kissing you, if he doesn't have the confidence to like actually, I don't know, do something about it or like talk to you about it, then just drop that butt.
Yes. Well put.
Thank you. I tried.
Get that arse on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
Compose. Okay. I partly agree, but also if you don't want things to be so awkward and like him walking in the other direction, I would go up to him and say, "Hey, I don't want things to be awkward. I'd prefer it if we could just be friends or acquaintances or whatever, but this is weird, and I think it would be better for both of us if we were just friends." But, you know, whatever you feel that you want to do. If you want to drop that butt or you or you want to talk to that butt and make it less awkward. So, yeah. Kenneth.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
so the thing is that dropping the Bart,
Bart?
I was gonna say ours, but then but the Bart,
Bart.
the Bert is something that is easier said than done. Ours as people, automatically, if it's something that we care about, we want to fix it immediately. Like, even though like it's just bothering them. That's why they put this question in the first place. Because having something that's out of your control is frustrating, and you want to be able to like them come up front to you and be like, "Hey, I am being an arse because blah 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 blah." But that's not gonna happen. So the reason why I'm setting up this kind of path is because it may not be easy to let it go in the beginning, but overall it's the best choice because you can't control what other people do. This person is doing this at their own will, and it's causing you pain, and it is not fair.
Can I ask a question of the panel so that the writer of this question maybe understands the dynamic? What would compel a guy to slow dance with a girl, kiss a girl, and then not want to have anything to do with the girl? Like,
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Oh, okay.
Was he just swept up in the moment, but really doesn't want to date her? And doesn't know?
I mean, there could be several reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it really depends on the actual guy. I mean, one like couple that came to my head where like the first one was like he could be really like shy about that. It could have been like one of his first people he's kissed. I mean, or they could be like he has a girlfriend and he's afraid, like he's on a conference and he just like totally did something that he's ashamed of and doesn't know how to deal with it for himself. Like there's several different things that could happen, but honestly, like we could sit here and speculate like what happened, but like at the end of the day, like only you and him would know, or only he will know actually.
Yeah.
So Kenneth or Mickey?
You guys are right. I got heated. I apologize. You should talk to him.
What?
You should definitely talk to him. I'm sorry. I just think that someone who doesn't own up to something like that is just like whatever. But you should talk to him, figure out where or like what's going on, whatever makes you comfortable. But I mean, just to get out of that place of like, what is happening? Just ask him what's happening.
Yeah.
I suggest get closure by talking to him, because if you don't get closure, you're just always going to be uncertain, and it's always, not always, but it'll be at the back of your mind, and you'll just be like, what did I do wrong? Like, what did I do? Was it something I did?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should get closure and talk to him and just finish it and move on.
Yeah, I agree with Mozart. Like you can have a conversation and want closure, but at the end of the day, like the other person may not be willing to do that either, and you have to be fine and okay with whatever their response is with yourself. So
At least you try.
Kenneth.
Yeah. So I agree with all of your responses about confronting, and the reason why I'm saying not to confront, it's because some people learn by pain is a really strange word, but by mistakes. They learn by like actually messing up, and they're like, oh, okay, now I can't touch the stove when it's on. And so the thing about this is that me personally, I can already tell it's going to go wrong. This guy does not sound shy. If he just met you and started dancing with you and kissed you a few times, he's definitely not shy. This guy does sound like a legit butt, and talking to him will probably go wrong and make you feel worse, in my opinion. So as much as it's great to talk and try to fix it, it may go wrong.
Drop that booty.
I mean, I want to just add on what Kenneth said, though. Like, I don't necessarily fully agree, like, that he's not shy, because, like, in the question, you say that you're the one who asked him to dance, and so you're the one who initiated this interaction between each other, and you didn't specify whether he kissed you or you kissed him. You just said you guys kissed, and like just because you have that interaction does not mean like he's not shy. So and
He kissed me a couple times.
yeah, because it happened. It doesn't mean like he started it though. It doesn't ever say he like was the one who initiated the kissing. It just said he kissed her.
All right.
You know, if she is going to approach him, I think she should just say something like, you know, things don't have to be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a good
Stop
point.
just
avoiding
be
me.
done.
like
I don't want your butt anyway.
You're a butt.
Yeah.
Matt.
I'm going to jump in from the side over here. So put the camera on somebody pretty.
dun,
Oh, hey, there I. Oh my God.
Look, it's
no,
Matt,
not me.
everybody. Matt.
you're pretty.
I have to
Am I a pretty
confess
girl?
that I did this in high school.
What?
And I want to tell you why, because, I mean, I don't feel good about it to this day, but I started to hang out with this girl, and we got interested in each other. And then my friends noticed, and my friends actually started to bully me about it and make fun of me. And I ended up not seeing her anymore because I chose my friends over her. And to this day, I regret that because it was the wrong choice because they were not being my friends then.
What's her name, Matt?
Donna.
Donna, Matt.
Yeah, I
is
apologize,
sorry.
Donna. I really am
He
sorry
is
because
very
it was a nasty thing to do.
He's so sorry, Donna.
And I never talked to her. I never explained. So she is probably in much the same boat to this
I think
day.
she wrote this
probably
letter.
wondered what happened.
She wrote
She
into
wrote
the
it.
show.
Donna's listening with tears of
Now
joy.
That said, I don't think I would have been adult enough at the time to really talk about it, or or make the decision to tell my friends to go,
So that's an
jump at a
interesting.
lake. But I should have.
That could be. He might be getting razzed by his friends. So that
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
So I think you can say something to him like, "Hey, you
Oh,
know,
and that was junior year of high school, by the way.
Well, thank you for.
Junior year of high
Thank
school.
you. That takes courage.
all right,
Felt bad about it.
very very good input, and I think some closure for Matt and Donna." Anonymous writes, "My stepsister." This question is the best. Okay. My stepsister thinks she's pansexual, but when I asked her if she liked all genders, she said there's only two genders. At least I hope there are. If she thinks there's only two genders, then how would she know she's pansexual? I think she's actually bisexual, but she refuses to believe it. How should I tell her?
Well,
I'll let the panel discuss the definitions of bisexual and pansexual.
You arse.
However, I will say, like, if she doesn't want to, just don't be too focused on labels in general. Like, just feel what you're feeling and have your sister feel what she's feeling, and like, don't worry that she's saying she's pansexual and she may be bisexual. Like, that's up to her. Like, whatever she says she is. Like, at the end of the day. So, Mickey.
she is what she says. No matter what you say, she's gonna be what makes her happy. If she wants to call herself pansexual, no matter what your judgments of it are, she's still going to be pansexual by the end of the day. That's what she's going to tell other people. That's how she's going to live. Whatever she wants.
She may think that pansexual is being attracted to Peter Pan, and she may be that may be her thing because it's a woman who plays a boy. You know, that may be her thing.
That's a
But-
meme.
Oh, it is?
Well, not Peter Pan, but pansexuals, they love pans. And it's actually part of the definition. Pansexual is a person who is attracted to all genders regardless of sex. It is not someone who loves pans.
Okay. So, but it could be. And so as she grows up, she may learn more and more about what this terminology means.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's not your job to correct her. But you could have a conversation where you say, well, what does pansexual mean to you? Have her tell you. Because if she thinks that there's only two genders and she doesn't understand why there might be more than two, then it's a teaching moment and you should have it with your sister rather than being the right one, being the sister. Yeah. Like, oh, I know more than her. There's a time in life where your sister is your colleague, not your competition. Like, so teach her, Kenneth.
Okay. So I am sorry, but this does not answer your question, but it gives you a comment, which is we all have moments where we're like really nosy and we want to know things that we're not technically supposed to have judgments about. And no offense to whoever wrote this question, but I feel like this is one of those things. And even though we are all nosy at times, sometimes we got to catch ourselves in it and be like, no, I cannot care about something that is not my business. Mm-hmm. Enough said.
I like that. Well said. Mozart.
Yeah, your sister's going to identify however she wants to identify. And at the end of the day, that's it's her call. So you do you, and she's gonna do her, because no matter how she identifies herself, her feelings aren't gonna change, if you get what I mean.
It's just a different label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh?
So I mean, at the end of the day, like, how should I tell her is your question. I really don't think you need to say anything. Like, I think just let it be and just go on, be sisters, and
She'll figure it out.
live your lives and
Yeah, she will.
be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning every day about these different titles, and so if there's something that she needs to learn that you could teach her, like, well, I watch I Am Kate, and I'm learning so much that there's even a lot of disagreement within trans communities about lots of different issues. So there's a ton to learn, and we should all be open to always learning about what makes us us and what makes you you. So if there's something that you could teach your sister about this, teach her. So anonymous writes, I have a crush on my history teacher. Been there. Mr. Murphy. Okay. He is
Mr. Murphy's watching with tears in his eyes.
he is. I had a shot with her. That's so silly. Okay. He's also my archery coach, so we spend about 70% of the day together. It makes me feel really bad, especially since he has a wife and a kid. He is 39, I am 15. I'm not expecting anything to happen. I just need to find out how to get over this. Not thinking about it is hard since I'm with him so much throughout the day. So any advice on how to get over this would be amazing. Mozart.
Okay, here's one tip on how to get over him. Look at him and try to find all the flaws you can, all the stuff that you hate about him. And that has worked for me in the past, I can attest. And just try it, and you'll like him less and less and less and less.
Does that really work?
It does. It works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, don't apply it to
like his shoulders are too big.
Mickey?
First of all, congratulations for being so mature about this and realizing you shouldn't interrupt a marriage. That's awesome, and not a lot of kids think that way, unfortunately. Another way to help yourself get over it is to think about the wife and kids. Look at him and think about his wife and how happy they are, and think about how it would be if you separated their marriage and the kids had to deal with that and you were the other woman and all of that. Also,
also he would go to jail.
Yeah. Encourage him to talk about his wife. Be like, hey, how are your wife and kids doing? And you'll see his happiness and you'll be like, I can't. That's not mine.
So
I feel like that'd be kind of creepy.
Assuming you're in
if they spend so much time together as they do, obviously they know things about each other. Like they might know their family and stuff. So
adults pick up on that, and if they pick up that you have a crush on them, and then you're like, so how are the wife and kids? And you'd be like, oh, okay.
I know that's weird.
Also, realize he may be an archery coach, but he's only been a history teacher for probably a semester or something, and you're in high school, and the teacher phase will pass, and then you'll be with him less time, and if you continue archery you'll be with him maybe 50% of the time. So slowly but surely this time will also pass. No, it's not something if after high school, if you're still thinking about him, then that's maybe it's something more for you. I don't know, but at the end of the day, like Mickey said, congratulate yourself on acknowledging the fact that you are upfront about this and you're really confronting this.
I was that kid who I had teacher crushes because I wasn't ready to date, and so it's like you have a celebrity crush or a teacher crush when you're not ready, because your brain needs to exercise what it feels like to be in love, but you're not actually ready to act upon that. And so what I used to tell myself is that this is sort of teaching me the type of man that I'm going to be attracted to. What I would never have acted upon it if any teacher had behaved inappropriately. I wouldn't have acted on it because I knew what it was. So if you accept it for what it is, file it under crush, and just understand that he's a married man with a child. Mm-hmm. He's 39, you're 15. And so this is just here to teach you and learn from it and move on with your life. I promise you won't be obsessed with him. He'll look back on this fondly, and he'll make you smile. The thought of him will make you smile, and that will be the extent of it. Who wants to read the last question?
I'll read it.
All right. Mozart?
Why is that funny?
No.
Why is that funny? Okay. Don't make fun of me or anything, but what exactly is swag?
You got it.
I would only
just look at Josh.
I would only make
Just
fun of you
look
for
at Josh.
not
Looking like Whoopi
for not knowing how to Google it. I would. That'd be the
Get
extent
a
of
poncho, wear some chains.
Yeah.
it. Ooh.
Just
Is
look
that
at
what
his-
swag means to you?
Get a snapback.
Yeah.
Swag been redefined? Because I thought swag was free stuff.
No.
No.
No, that's
Oh, swag is like from
I-
swagger?
yes.
Okay.
Short and swagger because
Swagger jagger.
America is lazy.
Swagger.
So I actually asked a lot of my friends their opinion on this because they use it, and the general consensus was it's like the overall saying of like you're doing it right. You like you're making this look good. You have a very pleasing aesthetic. You look really great. Walking down the
You're
hall.
working it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically it's an attitude. It's confidence. It's being so sure of yourself. You have swag. Like
Got
you're
it going on.
Like you're cool. You're the bomb. Like yeah. I don't have swag. Obviously. But yeah.
Yeah, you have swag.
Oh,
I have
thanks.
swag. Look at these shoes. Like,
I know.
Everything
like-
about you is swag.
they're like,
All right, so a swag
Okay,
is
Josh.
swag an adjective or a verb or a noun? What
Who
form-
even knows?
is it various forms of speech? Like, can you use it in a sentence?
I mean, I think it's a verb too.
You have
like,
swag. I am swag.
I think it's
We
an
are
adjective.
swag.
You use it
I'm
to describe
swaggin'.
someone.
I am so
Yeah.
swag.
I'm
You are-
swagging.
She's such a swag person.
You are swag.
That is.
I
I can't believe you said that. I'm swagging.
I am
Swag.
swag.
It's a completely most swag answer. This is from an anonymous nation. So this guy has a crush on me. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me start over. It's really tiny. Yeah, the
Oh.
font is very small.
Oh, I can read that. Actually.
Okay, then you read it.
From here.
Oh, so this girl has a crush on me, and she's being kind of creepy. I thought she was
Oh.
cool at first and even invited her to a party. Ever since she found out I was bisexual, she's kind of been hitting on me. She asked me if I would go lesbian for her twice, and both times I said, no, you're my friend, and friends are off limits. So then at lunch, she asked me to sit on her lap, and stupid me did, and she hugged me from behind. Then today she said her back was hurting and asked me to rub it, and then she said that she wanted a hug. I don't want to be rude, but how can I tell her to leave me alone nicely? What should I do? Well, first of all, get off her lap.
Damn.
Get off her lap.
This girl's manipulative.
That's it. Show's done.
About the same.
If you're friends, like if you're friends like you say you are, just talk to her and be like, we're friends and I'm not interested in you that way and I don't want to screw up our friendship. So I'd appreciate it if you'd stop asking me to sit on your lap and give you massages. Low key.
I think like also too like this person is obviously not respecting your boundaries. You've
Yeah.
clearly
Oh my
said like
God.
no. And if this person continues to act this way towards you, it's not probably going to be something you're going to keep in your life.
But
So
isn't it
cut 'em
sometimes
out.
in life, like with friendships, especially same-sex friendships and everything, those boundaries are kind of crossed all the time, the way girls are with each other. So she just may be misreading your signals, and you have to set firmer boundaries.
Yeah.
Mickey.
I'll give you that.
I agree with that. Definitely don't indulge her at all.
No.
Like if she's like, "Oh, my back hurts. Can you
Yeah,
rub
no.
it?" Be
Don't
like,
some
rub it.
Advil.
someone else's free hands, they can rub it for you.
Oh.
Just
Wow.
Burn.
God.
she's obvious. Like I
There's a tree over
don't-
there.
go be a bear.
Have you tried drugstore.com?
It's just like she's obviously not like you've told her more than once that friends are off limits. You're not going to approach this relationship with her, and she is obviously being kind of shady about trying to get your attention and getting physical contact, and that is awful. So don't indulge her, because otherwise she's going to keep taking advantage of it, and then suddenly you'll be in a situation you never wanted to be in, and you'll be like, oh God, this is too far. What do I do to get out of this?
Stop
And
while
it'll
you're
be-
ahead.
Yeah, stop while
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean, you have to treat it the same as you would if a guy was behaving inappropriately when
Yeah.
you had been really clear. Next question that you have pulled up there, Mozi.
Okay. Is it a
He likes that voice. That's his new cosplay favorite.
okay? Kenneth. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Is it a bad
Okay. Ask the question. Ask the
Okay.
question.
Is it a bad guy to let friends set you up with a guy? I don't have any classes with him, and they know him better than I do. I do track with him, but I've always had a small crush on him. He sits directly behind me at lunch, and my friends are always so embarrassing. TBH. I really like him, but I don't know how to get his attention. I know I'm pretty and I have a chance with him, but like we don't talk. So is there any way I can get his attention? We're only in 7th grade, so I don't know.
I mean, like you said, you don't talk, so just talk. Like
It's so hard in 7th grade, though.
I mean,
It
sure,
is.
okay, like then fine, drop your books in front of him or something. Like he'll
Sure,
pick him up. So
And if he doesn't, you don't talk to him.
yeah,
It
and if he doesn't
matter.
pick him up, then he's not interested. I'm sorry.
Oh, Josh, modern kids don't have books.
You got me there. I'm old.
So
Whoever
What
wants to
about
go.
having her friends just go to him and just say, do you like so and so? Because that's how it works in 7th grade.
This sounds so
and also
complicated.
it says that is it a bad idea to let friends set you up with a guy? So it sounds like her friends want to set her up with this guy. If you like him and you want to talk to him, it's not a bad idea. Go for it. Like
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
It's really
It
just
sounds
gonna,
really
it's gonna,
easy for you.
It's going to consist of them saying to him, "Do you like her?" And then let
That's
him.
what it's like.
Yeah, then he'll know that you like him, and let him take it from there.
Yeah.
That's 7th grade in a nutshell.
It pretty much is.
Literally
Like
that.
some 7th graders are dating
Not
people they've
mine.
never met, just because there was some
Yeah.
sort of agreement. Like, do you like her? Yes, I do. You guys are dating. Got it. I
That's
will
how
meet
it
her
is,
one
yeah,
day.
it goes very fast. Hi, you're pretty. Want to be my girlfriend? Yeah, sure. You're cute.
And
Oh,
you
no
don't talk
thanks.
ever.
But you know,
Yeah.
And then one day you're like, wait. Oh,
you
I
hold
should
hands
probably
one
break up with
time
my girl.
during lunch.
Yeah, I'll be like,
but, you know, you can't say to him, so what was your time in that last meet? You know, you can ask him a question. You
Yeah.
have an interest that you share.
Maybe get
Yeah.
to know each other.
You could even do like puns like, hey, we both run track, let's run into each other. Puns are fun. Sounds dangerous. Justin said it. All right, yeah. So,
Why are you pointing at
safety
me?
first. But does anyone ever remember being in 7th grade and like how did you get to the point where you were then? Oh, are we going to talk about miitomos?
I didn't date in 7th
Well,
grade.
I had a really funny. I had this girl in Japanese class, and literally we were dating, and all we would do is sometimes hold hands inside of her backpack, so the teacher would not see. And then
That's
and
adorable.
Then before like the day would like the period ended, and then we would leave and never talk. It was only those very few handheld moments
Aw.
enclosed in a
I gotta
backpack.
say, I think she was your soulmate.
How long did that relationship
Honestly.
last? Kind of.
I didn't even know when it stopped. Kind of. We just kind of
Her
stopped holding
name was
hands.
Donna. Do we have miitomos? Aaron, please give us the 411 on miitomos, because Aaron's obsessed with miitomos.
I don't know why.
Aaron's not even close to a mic. Okay, guess mic.
Hey there. So you can see me. Hey, there's no chair.
Magic.
Oh.
I'm going to sit on
Sit on a
this
stool.
table. So basically, what is
Savage.
miitomo? Miitomo is Nintendo's social network. We're not exactly like go download. No, we can't endorse it. That's not why we're here. We're saying if you are already there, so are some of us, and more of us will be. So if you want to follow us on Miitomo, do that. You can follow us on Twitter. We will post that information in the description on this video, and that will allow you, if you friend us on Twitter, that will allow you to follow us on Miitomo. And please do that. You can see all sorts of great... here, we can show you a video, I think, of Miitomo right now, right?
So I've made my avatar. Who here has made? You've made your avatar.
I'm
I
in
made
the
mine.
process of making it, but
Josh is
I'm like
making his.
orange.
Oh, that's
Like
you have the Trump
Trump?
setting. You have to turn the Trump setting
We
off.
said it
I
the
know,
same
like-
time.
honestly,
so cute.
I looked like Trump though.
How
in
well do
that.
you really know your
So,
friends?
I
Oh
don't know if I
gosh,
want-
that's a
you can change
question.
your skin
Yeah,
tone.
you can change your skin tone.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Oh,
so this is so
yeah.
this right here. They're showing you me photo. What that is with your me, you can. Oh no, they're not showing that. Whatever. I'm gonna talk about me photo anyway.
They're showing
So-
a happy lady.
So me photo is once you have built your me, you are able to pose it and frame it, and there's backgrounds, and you can add text, and you can send that to Twitter and anywhere else you want, and they're hilarious. And I don't think we have pictures of that, but if you send us your me photos on Twitter, we will show them on the show.
So they should post them to Twitter and then do @Journals Network.
Exactly.
So that we'll
yes.
see it.
Yes.
It's just that easy.
Me on journal.
What a time to be alive.
Just
really.
put-
This
Just-
is-
just-
That's cool. Hashtag me on journals.
No, but do you remember like that one app that was like a thing last year?
Yeah, there
That-
was
I don't
one
know,
app
there's
that
just
was
so
a
many
witch.
apps.
No,
I
No,
don't know.
one.
with
Thank
the
you.
avatar. You could make your own avatar. you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking?
yeah.
And everybody's Instagram,
the one that where
everybody.
you, like they had the poll, and then I was like they had put me somebody.
No, I'm not talking about that one.
Wow.
No.
Somebody put me in this like really random video
I know what you're
of
talking
me
about.
on this
Yeah,
poll. and I-
everybody had them as their Instagram like pictures.
This is different because it's its own social network. It's a standalone social network.
Yeah.
It's not just generating kind of photos that you would post to Instagram and change your profile picture. This is an actual. Nintendo's been working on this for a really long time, so it's a social network that asks you questions about your opinions of certain things, shares your answers with your friends so that you get to know people better, and it could be a really good conversation starter for that kid on the track team who sits behind you in lunch, and. You could find
He
out like
wants to hear me.
what his favorite book is. And then, all right, we're going to say goodbye. I want to thank the panel for being with us. And I want to thank everybody in the booth and everyone who makes this possible. Thanks to our webmaster, Joe Pierce. Thanks to Harry, our social media guru. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.